Hello, and welcome to our 2020 Galleon virtual event. I'm David Eaton, President of Columbus Catholic Schools. We're so pleased that you were able to join us, despite the series of events that led to our difficult decision to switch from a live event to a virtual one. The spread of coronavirus has impacted all of us. On Friday, March 13th, Governor Evers ordered all schools to shut down until April 3rd. On March 16th, schools were shut down indefinitely. And finally, on April 16th, we were told to stay closed until the end of the school year, meaning June 30th. As you can imagine, there were a lot of questions about what we should do about Galleon. Should we keep it as an in-person event and keep backing up the date until it's safe? When might it be considered safe to put 300 people together? How far back can we go without impacting other events? Should we switch it to a virtual event? Should we just cancel it? Ultimately, we decided Galleon is far too important to cancel, but we also knew the safety of our participants is of utmost priority. That is why, after postponing the event once, from April 24th to June 19th, we decided to keep our Galleon date and convert it to a virtual event. Our 2020 Galleon event has two very important goals. One, to raise money for a fund in need, which you will learn about shortly. And two, to honor our 2020 seniors and all their accomplishments. Because the members of our school family who have been impacted the very most throughout this ordeal are our seniors. The story of their senior year will be very different than anyone else's, but it doesn't have to be sad or disappointing. We just need to find new ways to make it special. The fact that you are all here watching this presentation tells me how very fortunate we are. Your support will accomplish a lot and is very much appreciated. Before we kick off our 2020 Galleon virtual event, we've asked our chaplain, Father Barry, to lead us in a prayer.
We come together today during a time of uncertainty, of a time that is unlike any other time that we've ever experienced. But we come together as a family, a Catholic family or a school family that bonds together during times of need. And it's in doing so that we begin with prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Good and gracious God, we recognize all life as a gift and a blessing, and we give you thanks for your most generous love at all times. Encourage us to be persons of honesty and integrity, worthy of proclaiming the gospel, and for this sacred ministry of fundraising. Help us to always be thankful for our children's education here at Columbus Catholic and their needs where our donors and our missions meet. Give us openness to listen to the needs of our donors. Give us joyful spirits and an eagerness to engage others. Give us hopeful imagination and creative vision, recognizing generosity and even the smallest gifts. Give us strength, steadfast hearts in times of discouragement and in times of need. Give us trusting hearts, knowing that the fruits of labors will be realized long after we are gone. Give us faithful hearts, deeply committed to your realm. Heavenly Father, allow us to feel your presence so that we know we are never truly alone. Remind us always that what we do for the least of our sisters and brothers, we do for you. For we ask this in Jesus' name in the unity of the Holy Spirit. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We now welcome Coach K to present our seniors.
Good evening. Welcome to the 2020 Galleon Dinner. My name is Joe Konechny. For the past 15 years, I've had the extreme privilege of being the athletic director and boys basketball coach for Columbus Catholic Schools. Before I begin tonight's presentation, there are a number of people we'd like to thank. To anybody who's an alum of Columbus Catholic High School, those who have walked the halls and graduated from this institution, we say thank you for the examples you set and for the traditions you left us. Please know that every student that walks through our doors promises to leave our school system better than they found it, just like you did. We'd like to say thank you to the faculty and staff at Columbus Catholic Schools for following their vocations, answering the call. Each and every day they do exactly what God called them to do, and we say thank you for the tremendous impact you have on each and every student that walks into your classroom. We are most appreciative. We'd like to thank the parents of all the children who attend Columbus Catholic Schools for trusting us with your greatest gift and allowing us to guide them and mold them as they write the most important chapters of their lives. Thank you for all you do for our schools, and know that it's appreciated. I've again been given the tremendous honor of introducing to you the product of your generosity and your efforts, the graduating class at Columbus Catholic High School. As you hear about them, please be proud for all you did to support them on this journey. You are forever a part of their lives, and you should be proud of everything they go on to do. And now I introduce to you the 2020 class, Columbus Catholic High School. Addison Byral has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 14 years. She's been active in our yearbook, mission club, National Honor Society Student Council. She's a student ambassador and loves all things sports. She's volunteered at Dribbling Dons, basketball camps, softball camps, Sub-City Days, the Parish Pool, Farm Tech Days, and a variety of other things. When I think of Addison, I think of a young woman who works extremely hard for everything she wants to achieve. I think of an athlete, the reason I had to open the gym countless times. I think of all the basketball camps she attended and all the times she assisted me at basketball camp simply because she wanted to impact young students. Addison is the last of the Byral grandchildren of Rosie and Monica Byral. We're going to miss them, and I cannot wait until we have more Byrals in our school system. Next year, Addison will be attending UW-Platteville, where she'll be a member of the women's basketball team studying physical therapy. Addison Byral. Ted Conley has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 12 years. He's been active in the Gentlemen's Choir, the jazz band, the dramas, and the school musicals. He's been very successful at solo ensemble. Ted has volunteered for Feed My Starving Children, Meals on Wheels, and all things Columbus. He's been to Steubenville and on the March for Life. He's a young man incredibly active in his faith. When I think of Ted, I think of memes, a lot of memes, more memes than you could ever imagine. He's got a tremendous sense of humor. He's incredibly creative and incredibly gifted with computers and technology. Ted Conley will be at UW-Stout next year, studying video production and graphic design. He's the one that I think someday will invent something that you'll definitely hear about. Ted Conley. Mason Waldhauser has attended Columbus Catholic Schools for 8 years. He's played football. He loves hunting. He was our prom king, and he went on the March for Life. Mason has volunteered for Alpine Holiday, Meals on Wheels, and all things Columbus Catholic Schools. When I think of Mason, I think of a young man who's incredibly educated, with strong opinions, and he stands by them. He loves history. He's a great reader, and he's a great friend to all of his classmates. His sense of humor and creativity will definitely be missed. Next year, Mason will be entering the workforce. He wants to be a plumber. Mason Waldhauser. Angela McQuillan has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 15 years. She's played tennis, basketball, been active in the theater. She's a member of her church choir and youth group. She's been on the Peru mission trip and on the March for Life. When I think of Angela, I think of a young woman incredibly active in her faith. She cantors at Mass and has a beautiful voice. She recently completed an incredible service project. She made 20 tie blankets to deliver to the homeless in Washington, D.C., organized a group of people to help her create them, and they delivered them to the homeless when they were on the March for Life. Next year, she'll be at the University of Mary in North Dakota, studying education so she can continue to impact others. Angela McQuillan. Maddie Bauer has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 14 years. She's volunteered for all things Columbus and is very active at Marshfield Area Pet Shelter. She loves animals. When I think of Maddie, I think of somebody who's a worker, who's passionate, dedicated to her family. She has extremely high energy and enthusiasm for life, and every time she walks into a room, the mood is lifted. She uplifts those around her. I think of the quote, "Good food, good mood," which our teachers have heard many times. Maddie Bauer makes the world a better place. Next year, she'll be at UW Oshkosh studying forensic accounting. She's the last of the Bauer family to attend Columbus Catholic schools. We've enjoyed each and every one of them. Thank you to the Bauer family. Maddie Bauer. Greta Schifferl has been at Columbus Catholic schools for 15 years. She's run cross country and track, been in school musicals and the choir. She sings at Mass. She's part of St. John's Youth Group. She volunteers at Marshfield Public Library, the YMCA. She's been part of Hiller's Flag Day, St. John's Parish, Alpine Holiday, and all things Columbus Catholic schools. When I think of Greta, I think of somebody who was a cantor at Mass, who's strong in her faith. She's been on the March for Life. She's a tremendous sibling to her two younger siblings. She's quiet, but she has great insight. She's very analytical, bright, and observant. She's a quiet leader and has made Columbus Catholic schools a better place her entire time here. Next year, Greta Schifferl will be attending Carthage College, studying communications. Greta Schifferl. Maria Taylor has been at Columbus Catholic schools for 4 years. She's an incredible volleyball player. She's been active in volunteering at Rotary Winter Wonderland, the school blood drives, Feed My Starving Children, and numerous volleyball camps. When I think of Maria, I think of somebody strong in her faith, dedicated to her family. She wrote a letter to you as part of our annual appeal because her school is important to her. She believes in Columbus, and her family has been an excellent addition to our school system. She's a tremendous writer and an even better person. Next year, Maria will be attending Brigham Young University in Idaho, and she's undecided on a college major. Thank you, Maria, for all of your contributions to Columbus Catholic High School. Maria Taylor. Carter Casperson has been at Columbus Catholic schools for 15 years. He's a tremendous football player for the Spencer Columbus football team. He's in the Gentlemen's Choir and on the Toaster Committee. He's volunteered for the Parish Bowl, Columbus Cleanup Days, Meals on Wheels, and Feed My Starving Children. Carter's the one that you should talk to about tonight's fund and need because he's benefited greatly from our tech ed program, and he's one of the most gifted students to ever come out of it. When I think of Carter, I think of somebody who likes to work, who likes to sacrifice for others, who's the first to volunteer for a task and the last to seek credit. He's funny, he's a leader, he understands being a part of something bigger than himself. He built the podium I'm standing in front of right now. Carter's been a part of our School to Work program, working for John Altman and Altman Builders. And I can think of no better pair. One man who served the community his entire life, training another who will do the same. Next year, Carter Casperson will be attending Mid-State Technical School, hoping to start a career in construction. Carter Casperson. Lucas Rigel has been at Columbus Catholic schools for 14 years. He's been involved in basketball, soccer, baseball, and golf. He's volunteered at volleyball tournaments, Great Northwest basketball tournaments, June Dairy Days, and all things Columbus Catholic schools. When I think of Lucas Rigel, I think of one of the nicest human beings I've ever met, a soft-spoken person who's a loyal friend and a quiet leader. Everybody at Columbus Catholic schools who comes into contact with Lucas has been better for it. He's willing to do whatever it takes to help the person next to him or to help our school. He's the second and final of the Rigel children. We've been incredibly blessed to have his sister Jennifer, Lucas, Brian, and Heidi. I'd like to thank them for all they did to make Columbus better and let them know we will forever appreciate it. Next year, Lucas will be at St. Mary's University in San Antonio, Texas, where he wants to be a teacher or a guidance counselor so he can continue to impact others. Lucas Rigel. Zach Olson has been at Columbus Catholic schools for 13 years. He is the valedictorian of the class of 2020. He's been involved in student council, mission club, gentlemen's choir. He's an Eagle Scout. He's in National Honor Society, the pit crew for the plays. He's a captain on our soccer and basketball teams. Zach's volunteered for Alpine Holiday, the blood drive, Feed My Starving Children, and every fundraiser at Columbus Catholic schools. Zach's ACT score was 34, and to be honest, he could have done better. Zach is one of the most well-rounded human beings that's ever walked the halls of Columbus Catholic High School. I think of somebody who relentlessly worked for everything he achieved and left our school in a better place. Next year, Zach will be at UW-Madison pursuing a career in science. Thank you, Zach, for all of your contributions, and congratulations on being the valedictorian in a very gifted group. Zach Olson. Ashley Dean has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 4 years. She's been involved in student council, yearbook, band, cross country, basketball, and track and field. She's volunteered for Empty Bowls, the Parish Pool, the Father-Daughter Dance, Feed My Starving Children, and all fundraisers here at Columbus Catholic. When I think of Ashley Dean, I think of somebody with a tremendous drive and dedication to her school, somebody incredibly appreciative of the opportunity to be a Columbus Don. She's an extremely hard worker and has a tremendous passion for helping those who will follow in her path at this school. Next year, she'll be at UW Stevens Point, where she'll study early education and continue to impact young people. Thank you, Ashley, for the last 4 years and for making our school a better place in every possible way. Ashley Dean. Brianna Post has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 4 years. She's a member of National Honor Society and the back-to-back Columbus Dons Volleyball Conference champions. She's volunteered for Rotary Lights, Alpine Holiday, Feed My Starving Children, and all things Columbus Catholic. When I think of Brianna Post, I think of somebody who's solid as a rock, consistent, hardworking, doesn't get caught up in drama. She knows what she wants and is willing to work for it. Incredibly focused, driven, patient, and kind, with a sincere desire to help those who will follow. Next year, Brianna Post will attend UW Stevens Point here in Marshfield, where she'll pursue a double major in elementary and special education so she can continue to impact those who will follow. Thank you, Brianna, for all of your contributions. Brianna Post. Colton Grams has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 6 years. He's been on the track team. He loves hunting. He's gone on the March for Life and the trip to Steubenville. He's volunteered at Alpine Holiday, Farm Tech Days, the Pancake Breakfast, Maple Fall Fest Breakfast, and all things Columbus Catholic Schools. He's the first Columbus student in our history to run for president, although I'm not sure I'll be voting for him. He's not old enough. He has tremendous values, a no-nonsense honesty, and he's willing to act on his principles. Next year, Colton Grams will be serving our country as a member of the United States Marine Corps. Thank you, Colton, for your service. We will pray for your safety and always be appreciative of what you did at Columbus and beyond. Colton Grams. Jonah Keffer has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 15 years. He's been on the soccer team, on student council. He's in the mission club, gentlemen's choir, and jazz band. He's volunteered for the Parish Bowl, the Father-Daughter Dance, all things Columbus Catholic, and he serves regularly at school mass. When I think of Jonah, I think of somebody with a tremendous sense of humor, somebody who's very good at gaming. I think of somebody who's diplomatic and kind, who truly wants people to be happy and get along. He's the second of the 2 Keffer boys, and I'd like to personally thank Officer Dennis Keffer and Michelle Keffer, who spent many years working at Columbus, for all of their contributions to our school system. It is forever appreciated and will not soon be forgotten. Jonah Keffer. Dylan Porter has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 14 years. He's played soccer, he's in the gentlemen's choir, and he's a founding member of the Toaster Committee. For those of you who don't know, the Toaster Committee is a group of senior boys who discovered that if you had a committee and a cause, you could go to the head of the lunch line. So they decided the cafeteria needed toasters. We now have those toasters, and they got to go to the head of the line. Dylan's volunteered for the blood drive, Feed My Starving Children, and all things Columbus Catholic Schools. But when I think of Dylan Porter, I will always think of bowling. He's a very successful bowler as a member of the Marshfield bowling program. And as the athletic director, when you send your students to be part of another school, another program, the way they conduct themselves will directly impact the opportunities future students have. When we sent them Dylan, we sent them one of our best. He's a loyal friend, he's honest, and incredibly hardworking. Dylan's the last of the Porter brothers to attend Columbus Catholic Schools, and I'd like to personally thank Connie Porter, Derek Porter, and Dylan for being such active members of the Columbus Catholic Schools family. We know you will stay a part of it, and we are forever grateful. Next year, Dylan will attend UW-Whitewater, where he'll pursue a career in business, and I hope he's active in bowling. Thank you, Dylan. Olivia Mahoney has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 14 years. She's a very gifted actor, a member of our drama club. She's a school ambassador. She's in the Mission Club, on National Honor Society, and she's played soccer and run track. Olivia volunteers at Casa Hogar, Feed My Starving Children, Three Oaks Nursing Home, and Cutting for a Cause. She's tremendously active in her faith as a server, cantor, reader, and Eucharistic minister at school masses. When I think of Olivia, I think of a deep thinker, a tremendously gifted writer, somebody who would do anything for those around her. Next year, Olivia Mahoney will be at UW-Oshkosh, pursuing a career in journalism and English. Olivia Mahoney. Holly Dean has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 4 years. She's been active in cross country, basketball, softball, and track and field. She's volunteered for the Daddy-Daughter Dance, Feed My Starving Children, Rotary Lights, Maple Fall Fest, the Parish Pull, Farm Tech Days, and all things Columbus Catholic Schools. When I think of Holly, I think of energy, enthusiasm, school spirit, somebody who loves wearing a jersey that says Columbus Dons, who loves being a part of this school system. For 4 years, she was willing to help and volunteer in any way we needed it. Andy and Sarah, I'd like to personally thank you for your enthusiasm and dedication to our schools and for sending us your daughters 4 years ago. They've been a tremendous addition to our school system, and we are forever appreciative. Next year, Holly Dean will be at UW-Eau Claire studying speech pathology. Holly Dean. Allison Screens has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 14 years. She's played tennis. She's involved in dance, school musicals, Mission Club, Quiz Bowl, National Honor Society. She's a student ambassador and a member of the Columbus Leadership Alliance. She's very gifted in band, a member of the Merriwood Honors Band. Allison has volunteered for the Columbus Catholic Peru Mission Team, Feed My Starving Children, Marshfield Right to Life, the Food Pantry, and Super Socks. When I think of Allison, I think of a quiet leader who always does the right thing. Most of all, I think of how she can sing. You have this soft-spoken, incredibly kind person at school, and then she gets on stage, and there's not been talent like it here before. Next year, Allison will be at UW Stevens Point, here in Marshfield. She is currently undecided on a major. Thank you, Allison, for your contributions to Columbus Catholic Schools. Allison Screens. Emily Nemitz has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 7 years. She's very active in the Girl Scouts, the Darien Lama Show. She's a member of our Mission Club and serves as our student council and class president. She's been in jazz band, the musicals, National Honor Society, and she's played softball and volleyball. Emily has volunteered at the pediatrics department at the Marshfield Medical Center, for Girl Scouts, and all things Columbus Catholic. When I think of Emily Nemitz, I think of somebody who's committed. She does everything and finds a way to succeed at just about all of them. She's an extreme go-getter and follows through on all she commits to. She speaks her mind and lives her faith on a daily basis. She is the first of the Nemitz family to attend Columbus. They've been a wonderful addition, and we can't wait to see the impact they leave. Next year, Emily will be at UW-La Crosse, studying to be a pediatrician. Emily Nemitz. Riley McGivern has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 15 years. She's been on the tennis, track, and softball teams. She's a member of the student council, the editor of the school yearbook, and she's in the Mission Club. Riley's been a school ambassador, a member of the National Honor Society, and a part of our school musicals. She's volunteered for the Parish Pull, Marshfield area community events, the Father-Daughter Dance, Feed My Starving Children, Wisconsin Leadership Seminars, and all things Columbus Catholic. Riley McGivern has carried on her family's legacy of service to others and service to her community. We are forever grateful for her contributions. She's also very academically gifted as this year's class salutatorian. Next year, Riley will be at the University of Minnesota in the Twin Cities, studying in the College of Engineering and Science. She hopes to one day be an aerospace engineer. Riley McGivern. Rebecca Walter has been at Columbus Catholic Schools for 2 years. She's a member of the National Honor Society, the Marshfield and Columbus Leadership Alliance, and the volleyball program here at Columbus Catholic. As a member of her parish, she is active as a church server, CCD teacher, and children's liturgy leader. When I think of Rebecca, I think of somebody who's hardworking and a person of service, a very dedicated member of her family, and a tremendous sibling willing to sacrifice for those around her. She was the recipient of the Cole Student Initiative Scholarship, given to students of extraordinary ability willing to overcome obstacles. Next year, Rebecca Walter will be at UW-Stevens Point here in Marshfield, studying elementary education and business so she can continue to serve those around her. Rebecca Walter. Isaiah Eiserman has been at Columbus Catholic for 7 years. He's in the Gentlemen's Choir. He's volunteered for Meals on Wheels, Alpine Holiday, and all things Columbus Catholic. Isaiah Eiserman is incredibly intelligent. I think of somebody who's quiet but driven, gifted in music, and very loyal to his family. I know each of his siblings greatly look up to him. Isaiah is independent and goes about his business, but is willing to help others whenever they need it. He's very active in our Tech Ed program, and another example of why our Tech Ed program is so important here at Columbus Catholic. Next year, Isaiah will be at technical school. He's undecided on a major, but his work ethic and dedication will lead him to be great at whatever he decides to pursue. Isaiah Eiserman. Annika Brown has been at Columbus Catholic for 14 years. She's a member of the Student Council, National Honor Society, and Mission Club. She's been an instrumental part of our soccer, basketball, and softball programs. She's volunteered for the Turkey Trot, Parish Bowl, Community Gardens, Hub City Days, Feed My Starving Children, the Daddy-Daughter Dance, and all things Columbus Catholic. Annika is the first female soccer player to be selected to play in the Wisconsin Soccer Coaches Association All-Star Game this summer. When I think of Annika, I think of somebody who's hardworking, driven, very dedicated to her family and those around her, somebody willing to speak her mind and stand up for what she believes in. She's the last of the Brown children to graduate from Columbus Catholic. We are forever grateful to Greg and Helen Brown for sending us their children and for the impact they've made. Next year, Annika will be at UW-Madison. She is undecided on a major, but will be successful in whatever she decides to pursue. Annika Brown. Emily Becerra has been at Columbus for 2 years. She's a member of the Marshfield and Columbus Leadership Alliances, and she's volunteered for all things Columbus Catholic during her time here. Emily is a hard worker, in and out of school. She's patient, kind, insightful, and willing to help anybody around her. The Becerra family came to Columbus 2 years ago, and I was instantly impressed by Emily's leadership and her willingness to help her siblings and the students around her. She doesn't like drama. She just gets things done and succeeds at whatever she wants to do. Next year, Emily will be at UW-La Crosse pursuing a career in education. She's going to be a fantastic teacher and impact many lives. Emily Becerra. Jess Jacopin has been at Columbus Catholic for 14 years. She's been involved in Health Career Connections, the Youth Apprenticeship Program, and she's a black belt in Taekwondo. Jess, as an athlete, has been an instrumental member of our volleyball conference championship teams, and she qualified for the state meet in track and field. She volunteers at Marshfield Hospital, Feed My Starving Children, and all things Columbus Catholic. When I think of Jess Jacopin, I think of a goal setter and an achiever, somebody who's a relentless worker and person of service to others. She began taking dual credit classes already as a junior in high school to pursue her career in nursing. She's also the last of the Jacopin children, and we'd like to thank Jess and her family for being members of the Columbus family. Please stay active in our schools. We are forever appreciative. Next year, Jess will be at Minnesota State Mankato, continuing her pursuit of a career in nursing. Jess Jacopin. Alexis Haupt has been at Columbus Catholic for 14 years. She's volunteered for Meals on Wheels, Feed My Starving Children, the Marshfield Transitional Shelter, and all things Columbus Catholic. When I think of Alexis Haupt, I think of somebody who's outspoken, willing to speak up and stand by her values. She never shies away from the truth, and she works hard all the time. Every moment she was in our school system, she showed a genuine care for those around her. Her education and life experience will lead her to great success. Next year, Alexis will be at North Central Technical College or Midstate Tech, studying a career in cosmetology. She will one day open her own business and be tremendously successful. Alexis Haupt. Tom Nystrom has been at Columbus for 14 years. He's a member of our student council and has served as a student ambassador. He's a talented athlete, soccer and basketball. A steady worker, he wants to do well, but it's more important to him that those around him do well. He's a compassionate, kind, and well-rounded person. He is the last of the Nystrom family to attend Columbus, and I don't think I could begin to describe to the Nystrom family what they've meant to us. Last March at the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin, with 8,000 people in the stands and thousands more watching on TV, Tom Nystrom caught the ball on the left wing and made the biggest basket in the history of the Columbus Dons basketball program. It was nice to win the game, but if you watch the replay of the shot and the angle from behind Tom, you could see all the Columbus fans in a sea of navy blue. As a school system, I don't know that we've had a moment where everybody at the same time felt the pride and enthusiasm that I get to feel here every day. And I want to thank Tom for giving us that moment. Tom will be at UW La Crosse next year studying physical therapy. Tom Nystrom. The class of 2020 is a tremendous group. It's the 69th tremendous group to graduate from Columbus Catholic High School. The name Columbus has been mentioned a lot recently, and it's caused me to pray and reflect on what Columbus means to me. When I think of Columbus, I don't think of a city in southern Wisconsin, or the capital of Ohio, or a street, or a historical figure. Columbus is a school, and it's a really good school. It's the place that Steve Schneider just gave 30 years of his life to, teaching chemistry and physics. It's where Tom Zimmerman taught band for 36 years. Columbus is the school where Walt Kroll walked the sidelines for 31 seasons. It's the alma mater of 5 men who have given their lives fighting wars for our country. Joe Altman's wake was in this gym. His nieces and nephew now call Columbus their school. So many people have contributed to the growth of Columbus Catholic schools, and so many more will give their lives to it in the future. Columbus is a school that's had growing enrollment for 5 straight years. We have a freshman class of 47 this fall. We hope to get that over 50. Our mission is to make sure that everybody has access to the gift that is Columbus. Thank you for being part of this dinner tonight and for taking on the responsibility of helping this school grow. We are most appreciative. To the class of 2020, this wasn't the end of the school year we wanted. We wanted to watch your last games and say goodbye to you on the last day of school. And thank you after you walked across that stage on graduation day. Please know that while it did not end the way we expected, your contributions remain the same. You made Columbus better, and you're forever a part of it. You have a place for the rest of your life where people will do anything for you. All you need to do is ask. Remember the lessons you were taught here. And most importantly, remember to pray. Your entire time in this school system, you stopped what you did at the beginning of every day, and together you said a prayer. You were pushed and guided and loved. And at the end of the day, at the end of each day, you stopped whatever you were doing, and you said a prayer. Never forget that lesson, and never forget that you're loved. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, watching this in the Galleon event of 2020, please stand and raise your glass and thank the class of 2020 at Columbus Catholic High School.
Thank you, Coach K. I'm sure that's a senior presentation that no one will ever forget. Hi, my name is Lori Wieland, and I'm the Dean of Students at Columbus Catholic Schools. This year's Fund a Need focuses on our Career and Technical Education Program, or CTE program. We are looking to purchase updated equipment, including construction tools, welders, a CNC plasma cutter, industry-grade automotive equipment, and a 3D printer. To illustrate the need, we've asked our high school and middle school principal, Mr. Lambrecht, to help one of our parents, Dennis Keffer, to create another one of his world-famous Fun and Need videos. As a side note, Dennis is dad to one of our 2020 seniors, Jonah Keffer. Let's check in and see what he's got worked up for us this time.
Hi, I'm Columbus Catholic High School and Middle School Principal Michael Lambrecht. We are really excited about this year's Fund to Need project as it addresses a key need in our school system and in our community. This year's Fund to Need involves updating our tech ed classrooms so that we may better prepare our students for careers in the construction, the manufacturing, and automotive industries. Much of our equipment is actually from the 1960s, so we will start our story there.
Hey Bugs, you gonna ask me to teach the formal?
I'm not sure. A grease ball? Like she seems a lot in my league.
Oh, sorry, Mr. J. We were helping Father Logan with the micro film.
-1. Hey Stubby, how's that project coming?
Mr. J, my nightstand's going pretty good, especially since we got this new table saw. It cuts nice like a warm knife through butter, and my finger healed up real nice too. I wasn't using that one anyway.
And I greased up the crank on the window to the Chevy so the window rolls down nice and smooth. Who'da thunk it? We have windows that roll down.
Yep, and it's a good thing that Father Kelly isn't checking in on us all the time. You know, like with all the like safety things. So like now, like we can actually finish our stuff. Right, Shifty?
Okay, we're exaggerating a bit to make a point, but we need safe equipment in all of our classrooms. Let's start with a stop saw, which will automatically shut off within milliseconds of any contact with human skin. No one should be nicknamed Stubby. Preparing our students for current job openings means getting them experience with modern equipment that may be used in industry. We need to train our students with automotive scan tools so that they may learn how to diagnose and fix modern automobiles. We need to make major upgrades to our ventilation system, and we need to purchase welding equipment that meets today's standards. Our students would also greatly benefit from a plasma cutter and a laser engraver, which would help them to work on steel and stainless steel projects. This would put us in a position to better work with local employers with trained students that are able to work upon graduation. Let's check in to see how things could have turned out for Bugsby and his friends.
That was some dance. Oh, it was awesome! Yeah! Oh, come on!
Oh, I got this.
So please do what you can to help bring our students up to speed in tech ed by donating to this year's Fund to Need. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis, for another inspiring and impactful Fun to Need video. Mr. Lambert is right, nobody should ever be nicknamed Stubby. If that statement alone doesn't make you dig deep into your pockets, then maybe this will. We are also having a big announcement regarding our CTE program. The introduction of this new equipment also presents some amazing opportunities to expand the program and collaborate with the community to fill a gap in our local workforce. Every piece of equipment we purchase with your donations will provide the opportunity to present new curricula and the ability to show students multiple occupational applications. For example, with the acquisition of the CNC plasma cutting table, students will be trained to use CAD or CAM software. Students will also have the ability to create a machine part from beginning to end, starting with the design process and then importing it into the cutter's driver software. This process inspires creativity and reinforces problem-solving skills. As a result of obtaining this piece of equipment, we would be able to offer new classes such as advanced metals and dual credit classes including Intro to AutoCAD, metals fabrication, and Intro to machine and tools. Each item on our wish list offers infinite opportunities for our students to learn, and if they so choose, be inspired to select an occupational pathway in the technical industries, receive a wealth of support from the community, a 2-year degree with less financial burden, and enter the workforce as a high-demand employee ready to work. Throughout this journey, we have been met with excitement and a willingness to help from every entity we encountered. The Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce provided valuable information on who our conversation should be with. Mid-State Technical College also provided insight to career pathways and projections, and their long list of dual credit options sparked curriculum development here at Columbus. We are excited to unveil new options to our students this fall. We will also continue to work closely with MSTC's outreach specialists to capitalize on faculty certifications. In working with both of these groups, we have gained a better understanding of the needs that our local employers have and their willingness to work with us to better prepare our students, including lending us a professional to provide students with discussion and a hands-on platform during the school day. We are also learning ways in which we can work together to increase the flow of applicants to their companies. The impact of our efforts would also benefit our elementary school students who are mentored by our older students and the overall community as our students step out into well-paying jobs with minimal debt, become productive citizens, and share their talents with the world. Our goal for this year's funding need is $50,000. We are very excited to announce that we've already received $25,000 in a matching gift donated by Nasonville Dairy and an anonymous donor. Thanks to these generous sponsors, we are already halfway to reaching our goal. Our expansion plans have also opened the doors to many grant opportunities that we can now apply for, so donations to our cause may also be potentially multiplied even more. These exciting updates to our CTE program will take years to accomplish, and we still have much to do. Future plans include installing a new ventilation system, new lighting, and an expansion project into a vacant area adjacent to our machine and woodshop classrooms. We are calling on everyone who is interested in our program to provide their expertise as we move forward. If this sounds interesting, we want to hear from you, so please reach out to myself or Mr. Lambert for more information. Now, let's turn it back over to David so he can tell you exactly how you can help.
Thank you. Like Ori said, there are many ways you can help. First of all, you can make a donation of any amount to our fund in need. Visit our website at columbuscatholicschools.org for information on how to donate online with your credit card or how to make a donation of cash or check. Anyone who makes a donation of at least $25 will be entered into a drawing for some prizes, so be sure to get your donation in. The prizes include a free school lunch for one Columbus student during the 2020-2021 school year, a set of Beats Solo 3 wireless headphones, a Green Bay Packers football with signatures of the team and coaching staff, and gift certificates to Scotty's Pizza, After Hours Bar and Grill, Action City, Cracked Escape Room, and Fleet Farm. The deadline to make a donation and be entered into the drawings will be June 23rd, 2020 at 5:30 p.m. The drawing will be held on June 26th, 2020. You can also help by participating in our online silent auction, We have a number of amazing prizes to bid on, including a charbroil gas grill, a 55-inch smart TV, and numerous items donated by generous local businesses. To participate in the silent auction, please find the link on the event page on our website. Anyone can view the items, but you must log in or sign up to bid online. Be sure to enter your credit card number because it will be the only payment option for silent auction items. Bidding will end June 21st, 2020 at 5:30 p.m. If you win an item, you will receive instructions on how to pick it up. Finally, if you are interested in the expansion of our CTE department and have advice and expertise to offer, please reach out to myself, Lori Wieland, or Mike Lambrecht. We're also forming a CTE committee to help guide our efforts forward. Working together, we can impact our students and our local economy in a way that benefits us all. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you and good night.